Everyone on the Roblox scene has been talking about a new term going around, RetroSlop. If you haven't heard this term before, let me just break it down. This can revolve between avatar creation or game design, and today I'm going to focus only on the avatar aspect of RetroSlop. To make a RetroSlop avatar, it usually consists of modern UGC items on a blocky body. But sometimes it can be more than that. With inspirations from games like Forsaken or Something Evil Will Happen, they can be based off older, real Roblox designs modernized with new fits. Skin-toned hair, items which reference old Roblox, and more. With the creation of Forsaken in 2024, it popularized this style, with it increasing more and more. You now have different takes on classic characters like noobs or work at a pizza place guy. They're often met with criticism and even hate, with the term RetroSlop coming into play. Retro meaning old or classic, and slop meaning low quality or cringe. With these new avatars using UGC, they're easy to make, often seen as lazy due to their simplicity. Simple hair tufts, a belt or chest item, a shoulder pal, often like a pet cat or a gubby rabbit. So that's a basic explanation of what RetroSlop is and why people hate it so much. Because it's a fake imitation and take on old Roblox. I see so many newer users hating on this style, but I myself, having joined in early 2010, what are my thoughts? Is RetroSlop really the downfall of Roblox avatar creation? I also want to mention before I get too deep that I'm not talking about any inappropriate avatars or what's considered goon slop. That's definitely not a topic for this video. I do not condone or like any inappropriate or adult themes on Roblox. First, I want to take a step back and look what have been considered bad avatars in the past. Yeah, we're getting a brief odor episode in this one. To sum up even more terms, odor stands for online dater, which was a common term and accusation against Roblox users in the early and mid-2010s. If you were wearing a certain hat or package bundle, you'd be harassed and accused of being an odor. A lot of hats like Shaggy or Skater Boy and packages like 2.0 or Superhero were hated on even years after their release on the catalog simply because they were used by odors. My point is that certain avatars have always had some hatred against them. Let's jump now to the modern era of Roblox. We've had the introduction of things like R15 and Arthro, which have greatly changed the Roblox landscape in terms of avatar creation. It's gotten to the point where oftentimes Roblox as a company will promote these new features and ignore their classic things like R6 and older bodies. We can all agree that Roblox has drastically changed over the years and has become very corporate, but also that the classic colorful landscape has become popular again. Games like Grow a Garden, Something Evil Will Happen, Forsaken, and literally countless others cash in on a fake retro aesthetic, covering everything in studs and having a fake old retro feel. And these avatars are often the same. People wish for a return to retro Roblox, however the majority of players have never experienced it. These games create a false idea of what old Roblox was, leading into this idea of a RetroSlop, when in reality it's more of just a reimagining. I'm just gonna straight up say it at this point. I do not hate RetroSlop. I actually think it's refreshing. It brings a new era to Roblox which felt more and more corporate, with the pushing of Arthro and realistic character designs. But now with the introduction and commonplace of UGC and RetroSlop, it does bring some life back to the site. I've always loved avatar creation and making countless characters using all your clothing items. Using UGC and even slop content helps add to some of the creativity. I honestly had a ton of fun making some of these characters despite them being hated on. After all, why is this considered RetroSlop? But this probably wouldn't be by most people. In the end, it's only a stylistic choice, even though both of them were hated at one point. Newer players have seen videos and images of an era they never played, and they yearn for it despite its many downfalls. They loved the classic event despite it being no less slop than some of these modern games. TLDR, I personally feel RetroSlop isn't really slop at all. In fact, it's a new era of colorful Roblox in a gray and black corporate site that they're trying to push. It's a reimagining of what Roblox used to be with modern updates and using items that are now available to users. I honestly commended this reimagining over just accepting the corporate shilling which we had seen for quite a while, which is actually why I left Roblox for a few years. But that's for another day. What do you feel about RetroSlop? Let me know down below if you like it or if you hate it. And if you like Roblox stuff, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and thank you all for watching today's quick little video.